Welcome back, guys. In a previous video, we have talked about some simple detailings of the artificial intelligence and some overview of Azure AI services. And there we talked about everything like this: what are the Azure AI services, what are its uses, some discussion that how AI can value add your project or the product, and then followed by that we have created an Azure service. So this is what the one that we have service created. And another important thing that we have also discussed about the pricing part, which is very important. Now the service is here, and we can the Azure AI service that we have created. And if we go on this overview page, we do have the access to the available services, and we can get connect to them through the endpoints, where we can go for OpenAI, speech, right, and various other computer vision and all that. The authentication from our client application to the service has been happen through these keys. So these keys are used to access Azure AI Services API. One important thing is that please do not share these keys. You are supposed to store these keys in some secret store, for example, Azure Key Vault. And it is highly important that you should keep on regenerating these services time to time. Regularly, you'll have to keep generating them so that they will be, of course, secure. And since they are being refreshed, maybe after some duration, even if somebody comes to know about that, they will not have an access to your AI services. But better you should keep it in Azure Key Storage or Key Vault. You see key 1 and key 2. Only one key is necessary to make an API call. Okay, and you can when the key 1 is regenerated, the second key is still available for our application to access it. So we can build a client application using C#, using Python, using Java, okay, and then interact with the AI. Now, one thing that you find over here is that go to Azure AI Foundry portal. Now, what is this? So earlier, it is highly recommended that before writing your code and then client code and then accessing this, you should basically first test it on the server side. So we had an Azure AI Studio earlier. That is the platform available for building and deploying and managing the AI driven applications. We had that. Now that has been known as a Foundry. So I'm gonna take you to the Azure AI Foundry portal here. Okay, and let's talk about this. So this offers numerous features to us. Okay, so what is this Foundry? So Azure AI Foundry is a comprehensive platform designed to help developers to build, deploy, and manage AI driven applications. This platform offers a wide range of tools and services, including over 200 plus enterprise ready Azure services and several models. These are ready to use models for the AI applications. We can use these models for let's say for building the chatbot, okay, images, and that is object detection and so forth. Okay, so these are available with us. More than 1800 models are there. This platform is built to support entire AI development life cycle, right, where we can explore and test the deployment, and further we can think of scaling out of it. So that's this Foundry. Now there are some more important key features those we have, and we'll talk about it. So now we can create our AI service, and then we can directly go to the Azure AI Foundry. There is one more way that is available with us. You can go to the portal, and in the portal we can have this Azure AI Foundry. So I'm going to click on that, and here this is the Azure AI Foundry. So technically speaking, what it does is that this offers the unified SDK, which allows developers to build faster and smarter apps with confidence. Okay, then the model catalog, right, where we can access various models from the catalog, and like we can work with it. In short, it provides a great collaboration tool and offers the security. So I'm gonna click on create over here, and then there are two options those we have over here. So we have a project, collaborate, organize and track the work to build AI application. So this is going to provide a entire unified environment for building the AI application. And then there is one more that is available, that is our hub. Okay, Azure AI Hub. This is a feature within Azure AI Foundry, and this allows teams to manage, collaborate, and organize their AI projects. Right? Provide a very efficient and effective way for managing the AI projects. Hubs provide a central way for teams to govern security, connectivity, and computing resources across various playgrounds and the project. So, playground is basically where we can go for a typical no-code approach, where we can create our own deployment and then we can work with it. Right? We can use certain samples also over there, which we will be talking about it. And before writing our code with the client application, we can use this. So the key capabilities for that is this is gonna have the rapid artificial intelligence use cases exploration over there. Okay, so this gives us a pre-configured environment with a typical no-code approach for prototyping, building and operating AI applications. Okay, and like that. So I'm gonna again create here. So I'm gonna select the same resource group. Okay, the region I'm again gonna make a use of the East US, right? I'll give the name to that as MSAI Hub. Hopefully this is available, right? The friendly name, and then this is a part of my resource group. Okay, right? And then this is gonna have the connect AI services with OpenAI. So this is gonna have the default connection. I'll go to the storage over here, and this is the storage for having our data. So like that, we need to upload the data, we need to store the credentials and certain artifacts. So what's going to happen is that, let's say we are trying to build an interactive chatbot where we have several files, maybe in the form of JSON file, text files, PDF documents, and so forth. We want to use these files as a data source to support enterprise search. So my end user is gonna enter a simple English query, for example, highest invoices, highest cost invoices. Okay, it's gonna do that. So basically, now what's gonna happen is that somewhere we need to store these documents. So we can use the storage account, and our documents will be stored into the blob storage, right? So here the storage account will be created. Right, again I'm gonna go to the networking here. I'm gonna make this as public, right? Rest all the defaults I'm gonna keep it as it is. Okay, and then I'm gonna say review and create, and then my hub will be created. So I have a hub now where this is gonna offer me the great collaboration for my AI application. So let it take its own time, right? So it is going to have the keyword. It is also going to have the storage account that has been created. So definitely this is going to take some time. So let it be started over here, or let it be created. I'm going to take you to the playground over here, and this is what actually the direct Foundry access, which I opened before some time. But the best way over here is that like you are supposed to do it from this. Okay, so that we can have our entire uh, the application that will be built without any code. So let me go to the chart playground and then let me tell you about something here. Okay, so we do have the available model catalog, right? So let me take you to this here, and this is the available model catalog that we have. Okay, so like GPT 4.5, okay, and various other things, correct. We do have like interface task, and then we can only search for, let's say, chart completion, the model for the chart, and here they are there. So we can also um, select the model based upon the need over here, that what do we have. Okay, right, then fine tuning over here. Okay, so it's there. Okay, so these are the models which are there with us, the standard set of models. Correct. In our hub project, when we are going to create a hub project, we will find something more over there, and I'll explain you that over there. Okay, then there are some features which are there in a preview mode. Okay, and below that we have the deployments, quota, safety and security, and vector storage data file. So basically, when we are gonna put the data, where we are gonna upload our data, okay, or there with this Foundry project, right? So of course, what based upon whatever the algorithm that we are going to select, or what are the model, sorry, what are the model that we are going to select for the deployment, accordingly the necessary linking is going to take place, and I'll explain you about that also. Right, so let me again go back, and yes, so the hub is created. Let me go to that. Okay, so this is MSAI hub, right? And now what I'm going to do over here is that I'm going to show you something here, right? So this is a part of my resource group, right? And here we do have the button for launch Azure AI Foundry. I'm going to click on that. Okay, and then this is what we are going to have it, where we can create our own AI projects with the typical no-code type of approach. It's going to take some time, right? And here it is. This is what that we should actually do it. Means instead of directly going for the AI Foundry, for organization, when we want to build a project, right, for with a collaboration across the teams, it is better for us to make a use of this. Okay. So I'm gonna go here, and then I'm gonna create a new project, but rest of the other information you can see that here, right? It is containing all the hub properties, which where I do have the subscription and rest of the other details, correct? Okay, it's there. Make sure that you read this. Then I'm gonna go to the new project over here, and the hub over here is this. This is what the name of my project. I'm gonna change this to, right, I just say that MSAI project, right? I'm doing that. So here the other information. So let me tell you that one of the nice part of the Microsoft Azure is that we do have this info tooltip. So if you want to learn more or grab some more information about the specific configuration or property, just click on that and read about it. So here it says that a hub provides hosting environment for your and other projects. It provides security, governance control, and shared configuration for all the projects. So what are the projects that you are going to create, the hub is going to manage the proper collaboration across it. Then the project name. So okay, let me click on that. It's not only, it's fine that we can just refresh this. Sometimes that happens. Right. So it's taking a bit time, no problem. I just go to the project here and let me change that. So I just say that here MSAI project, correct, and then let me create it. So now the project will be created, and in this project we will be having our kind of a chat type of application which we will be creating with uh, the data sources and rest of the configuration that we will be doing it. Of course, it takes some time to create the project. So the project things and then other part of it, right, that we will be talking about. So here the project is been created now, right? Okay, and then here we do have the options. So we do have the API key here. Again, it has to, it shouldn't be shared. Okay, this is the endpoint for the connection, correct? And there are some of the nice options over here under this Azure AI Foundry for the project. So if you see, there is a difference, fundamental difference. If I directly take you to this Foundry over here and let's say that I do something right. So let me tell you over here, options are gonna be slightly different. Okay, when you are directly gonna go to the hub boundary and when you are gonna create the project. Okay, so fine, let me close that and I'm again gonna take you back. Right here. So this is it. Right. So let me come here again. So we do have again the model catalog, the playgrounds. Now let me tell you, if you see some old videos, maybe 5 or 6 months before, you'll find some different options over there. We had a chat playground over there. The options were different, but now here we have directly everything summarized into one link. So if I take you to the model catalog over there, so these are the model catalog that we have. Okay, and then see here, this is a big number, more than 1800. So earlier, if you see that when I directly went into the Azure AI Foundry, I was having something different, some different number, but now this is what the real one, right? Okay, so we do have this, right, and various models. Now, some nice part over here to be aware about is that, like, whatever the model that we are selecting, of course, this whole thing is bound to our price. They are gonna charge. So what we can do is that we can select the deployment option over here, like serverless and managed compute. So managed compute is gonna offer the complete host over there. Okay. So it says that serverless API is a managed API service with a pay-as-you-go billing. It does not require you to host or manage Azure AI infrastructure. Right. So this is based upon our utilization, we will be charged. Whereas the managed compute option offers more control via user-managed hosting and inferencing on it. So there is the Azure infrastructure involved into it. So you need to go for the deployment option as a serverless to control my billing. I'm going to go for that. Okay, right. Then of course over here the licenses, so most of them are available over here. So like the model creators have put their own licenses, so like MIT, this is what that generally we use it. Okay, then the another thing is that like some models specific to the needs. Okay, here they are available, like healthcare, finance services, and so forth, like manufacturing, consumer goods, and all that. Okay, the collections from various providers like from Azure OpenAI, Microsoft, Meta, and various others, the offerings from them. So if I go only for Microsoft over here, we will have only the models offering from Microsoft here. Okay, if I go here for Meta, right, so this is only Meta, like Llama and all other. Okay, and Azure Open AI services, it's a huge group, right, that we have. So we can right, keep having the models listing over here, correct. Then the next thing is about the fine tuning right here. So we will be going for the future thing over here for chart completion. Right here, the type of the inference task type that we can select over here from this. Okay, like that. So I do have over here the serverless API that is been they are been selected. Then another thing that we have is the compare models over here, where what do we have is that we do have the model matrix. Okay, and what this model matrix offers us. One of the nice thing about the model matrix is that we do have the performance check over here. So I can select, okay, I've selected the GPT 4.0, correct, and over here the performance has been measured against certain important parameters on that. So if I scroll down over there, okay, let me go over here. It says that select with other models. So here it is gonna show me the matrix to compare. Fine, it's little bit slow, right? So I'm gonna go here for this, right? And here you see that the AI quality, right? So let me click on it. Okay, so we have accuracy, right? So at the model level, the accuracy score is the average of the data set level accuracies for each of the model. Okay, so here it is 0.89. Okay, then we have the another one, that is coherence. This is 4.95. So this measure how well the language model can produce output that flows smoothly, it reads naturally, and resembles with human-like language. This is important to assess the readability and user friendliness of your model's generated response, that is a coherence. Okay, then we do have the next thing, that is the fluency over here. Again, it's 4.95. This measures the grammatical proficiency of a generative AI predicted answer, right? How accurate it is. This is used to evaluate whether the generated text, the AI generated text that adheres to the grammatical rules, syntactic structure, and proper vocabulary uses. That's been done by the fluency. Then we have the GPT similarity over there, which measures the similarity in semantic meaning and the context, important, the context between the sentences in a source data, so that it will be having more relevances for the data extraction. Then we have groundness, right? This measure how well the models generated answer that align with the information from the source data. So whatever the data source that we are passing, whether it is been getting the relative, or I should say that whether the answer is really well aligned to the information, right? So where we are gonna go for the factual correctness as well as the contextual accuracy. Okay, means specific information specific to the invoices of specific type of service. So the service is context, and invoices is what that we want to extract. So that is been defined through this groundness over here. So we need to have the more accuracy over that, and then we do have relevances and all those, right? Relevance is basically the measure the extent to which the models generated response are pertinent and directly related to the given question, means whether the answer is really set to the corresponding question or not. So that's an accuracy. Then we do have the input cost per 1 million token over there, as well as the output token. So this is it. The latency is been set per second. Okay, so based upon this information, okay, about the matrix, right? This is called as a benchmarking. So you'll have to think about this benchmarking, right, before using the particular model to bring more throughput and more correct exact result, right, for your application. This is something which is very important, guys. Okay, right. So we'll have to think about that. So this is the detailing through the model catalog, right? Okay, so the model catalog is available, and you can basically make a use of this model catalog, right, to choose the appropriate model. Okay, so now we can go for the deployment of that. Of course, we will be doing it. Okay, then we do also have the code where we can actually get the code, right? So once we create a project, we will have a code from that. Okay, then like prompt flow fine tuning, we'll be talking about that in some future videos on that. Okay, and here we have models and endpoints, right? Where from where we will start the model deployment. Okay, now, to build the application, right, of course, we need the data and indexes. So, we will be talking about that in some future videos also, right? But moreover, I must say that over here, the data and indexes, these are actually going to offer some important segment, right, for the application. Okay, so what it generally does that for us is the data and indexes, they are essential components of or for managing and utilizing the information in your AI projects. So basically, the data refers to the various types of information that we can add and manage through our project. So various files, right? Various files, maybe JSON file, text files, or like whatever the PDF documents and all. Okay, so this supports the versioning also. So this data act as a backbone for building our application. Typical querying type of app based upon search. Naturally, when we are gonna do some type of search operations across all the documents, we also need to go for the Azure AI search. Yes, we will be doing that also. And then what do we have over here is that the indexes. So they are basically the offerings for the efficient data retrieval, okay, from whatever the available documents are there. So this internally makes a use of the vector indexes, right? So this is going to create a index that match the semantic similar contents, right, which has been very useful for our RAG workloads. Okay, retrieval augmented generation. Okay, so that we can extract the appropriate data. Okay, so that's the thing here. Now what I'm going to do is that here in the next video I'm going to deal with the model deployment over here. So we will deploy the model so that it will be available for the application. Okay, so have patience, guys. We'll do this in a next video. Thank you.